All right, let's see. Bengals are playing. Hey, did you see this in the paper? I like this. Marvin Lewis says his favorite moment is just before the game in the locker room. He said before you get on the field, to see the looks on our players' eyes and see the looks in their faces, the excitement. That's the most fun for me. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we could kind of maybe give away tickets to see that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you could buy. There'd be one ticket available for one fan every game to run out on the field with the Bengals. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, like charging out from the tunnel?
Yeah. Wow. But you'd be last. I mean, you don't want to get in front of it.
Yeah, you don't get to break the banner.
No. Well, that'd be cool. I'd pay an extra, $10, $15 for that.
I bet you would.
Yeah. Let's see. And who started? Is Jonathan Joseph going to start? No,
it's still touchy.
Well, he was now. Deltha O'Neal has his knee has that knee problem. So here's Jonathan Joseph, who is a rookie. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. The only things you were wondering about the Bengals' first-round draft pick on the first day of the season were, how's he doing in the hospital? That kind of thing, Or how long do you think he'll hold out? And now he's ready to go. That's cool. If they need him. I'd like to see Deltha O'Neal in there, but if he's got a bad knee, hold on. Let me take this phone call. I think this may be who I expected to call. Yes, hello there. Are you on the... Hello? Hello, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Burbank?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to start off this conversation with a big hooray! Hooray!
Oh, this is the fan.
Yeah. Number one fan is in the house.
So you're the number one fan then, okay.
I'm sure all of your listeners know who I am, but just to refresh their memory, I'm the guy who wears the orange and black hard hat with the two number one foam fingers shaking fast and proud. Let me hear it loud, Bengals fans. Hooray! Number one fan!
Man, yeah.
I'm sure you're all saying, hey, number one fan, what makes you the number one fan?
Yeah, what makes you the number one fan?
Well, the answer to that riddle is simple, my friends. I have been a Bengals fan since 1953.
Hold on. The Bengals weren't around in 1953.
That's what makes me the number one fan.
That makes you the number one fan because you were a fan before they even existed.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Number one fan doesn't want to brag or anything, Gary, but I put the city on the map.
Yeah, I don't think so.
In a recent poll, people were asked, what three things do you think of when you think of Cincinnati? And they replied, number one fan.
Nope.
Number two, WKRP. And number three, a Skyline three-way, which in my world is called Carson Palmer, Chad Johnson, and number one fan getting it on.
So the number one fan, huh?
Who they gonna beat them Bengals?
All right, number one fan. Well, thanks for calling.
Gary.
Thanks for...
Oh, yeah.
You even play the music at home behind you.
Oh, that's when music was music. Oh, listen to that.
That's when music was music?
A lot of people come up to me all the time, Gary, and say, hey, number one fan, what kind of perks do you get for being the number one fan? And I sit them down and tell them the story of the Week 13 game back in '87 against the Browns, where the Orange and Black were sadly beaten 38-24. After the game, I went to the Chevy at White Castle, as usual, and ordered a brick of sliders, onion chips, fish nibblers, and a Diet Pepsi. The lady behind the counter said, hey, I've seen you on television. And I said, why? Yes, you have, miss. I'm number one fan. And she said, no, I think it was America's Most Wanted.
That's cute, yeah.
Well, after she realized she was sorely mistaken, the fish nibblers were on the house and still are to this day.
Really?
Hooray!
You're going to get free fish nibblers then. That's cool. All right, number one fan.
Jonathan, your Bengals Banana Icky Woods toddler is ready.
Mom, hang up. I'm on the phone. Your name's number one fan.
Oops, sorry, Jonathan. I mean number one fan.
Okay, so you live with your mom, huh?
Hey, a lot of people come up to me and say, number one fan, what do you think about Stormtrooper? And I just laugh.
Oh. Hold. Yeah, number one Trooper's pretty good, man. I mean,
Stormtrooper, you know what? Stormtrooper was in Pampers when number one fan was drinking a hot toddy at the freezer bowl, and you think number one fan is threatened by that poser?
Well, I think he is.
My friends.
What?
Gary?
What?
On second thought, I want Stormtrooper.
You do like Stormtrooper.
Man challenges Stormtrooper to a fight anytime, anywhere, to prove once and for all, number one fan is number one fan. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. So you get a little excited when somebody brings up the Stormtrooper. You don't like that. Well, you like him, but you don't really like him, right?
Hey, people ask me all the time, number one fan. You
Yeah.
must get pretty lucky with the lady friends.
Yeah, do
And
they
all
ask
I
you
have
that?
to say is the ladies are looking and the ladies are liking. Some people have all kinds of pickup lines for women, and all number one fan has to say is, well, hello, ladies. I'm your number one fan. And then they take off.
Then they
It
take
must
off.
be a shy starstruck thing.
That could be,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They see you, and they've seen you on TV screaming and yelling and waving.
Oh, God. They don't have them like this anymore.
No, they don't. All right, number one fan.
Like Coolio.
All right, number one fan. Nice talking to you, okay? We got to go now, okay?
Okay, well, look for me on Sunday because I'll be in Kansas City.
You be in Kansas City?
Boys in orange and black, since I haven't missed a game since '57. And if you see Stormtrooper, tell him I want him. Tell him I want him, and he's going to be even more of a star. He's going to be a Death Star.
A Death Star, huh? All right, thank you, number one fan. I'll see you later, okay? Okay, go ahead, number one fan. I kind of thought he would. I thought he would be like that, though. I had the idea that he would be kind of, excited.
Sure.
And excitable.
That's what being a fan's all about.
You think so? Well, it's fan is short for fanatic, they say.
Exactly.
So this guy's
That's what they
definitely a
say.
fanatic, yeah. But it seemed like there's a competition going there to be the number one fan, and the Stormtrooper, is pretty good at doing that whole thing, I guess.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I like the number one fan better.
You do? Yeah, the number one fan seems to just be real, real nuts. Whereas the Stormtrooper maybe isn't nuts. He's just pretending to be nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I like my insane people really insane and not pretending to be insane.
This is the BBC.
Bunch of yahoos.
700 WLW.